We worked with VIP Dance Studio this semester. My name is Katie.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Cecilia. My name is Terry.
And we're just going to kind of talk about our campaign and what we did and what we hope to see out of it. So to start us off, Terry's going to talk about the background. Go for it.
Okay, as for the background, VIP Dance Studio is located right in the heart of Santa Ana. And the studio first opened its room for the public in March 1st, 2013. The studio also offers a large variety of classes, especially like in jazz, ballet, hip hop, tap, and Zumba. So the studio also offers private lessons for children outside the classroom who need extra help. As business approaching its third year, the studio tries to get more profit coming from like different channels. Right now, the studio tries to host different events, private party to get more income. So most of the income is coming from hosting private parties such as birthday party, school dance, and wedding party, wedding dance. So the studio has a big open space of about 4,000 square feet. So now it's perfect to hosting such party. The studio owner named Jennifer Silvers. She is also the director of the studio. She teaches a high percentage of classes such as jazz, salsa, lyrical, women styling, and bachata, Latin baby, and for kids and children. They also have different instructor who his name is Nolan Robert, and he specializes in street jazz. Overall, the studio has a vast knowledge and talents that could offer to the city of Santa Ana and its surrounding city. So let's come to SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. So for strength, we know that the studio has a lot of different classes that could offer to anyone who is interested in dancing. It doesn't matter what level you are, beginner or more advanced. So it has jazz, Zumba, salsa, and such class like steamy shake, twist and dance, and they also offer private lesson for people who want to learn to before the wedding to dance. We know that the website for the studio is very lack of professionalism. So it's organized. It doesn't really have enough information for you to go in there and get information to sign up your children for it. And as for the location, it's not really easy to find. It's kind of hidden and surrounded by different business buildings. So we even ourselves, we have a harder time to get in there and look for the studio at first. So
This is actually the Google Earth view, so this is her overview of her building's actually right here. So this is, all the buildings are the same, so they're all the same level, same color, black tint everywhere, so you have no idea where you're at. So there's no direction where you're going, so which is why we put location in. So this is just the image for you guys.
And we came up with flyers and banners, idea for outdoor promotion, and we came up with idea for sign and errors for people to go. It's easier for people to go look for the studio outside. So as for threat, the threat is actually the other studio in the area. And its biggest threat is the West Coast School of Art. It has a big dance classes, so it's its biggest competitor. And another threat is because the studio is located kind of distant from other wealthy cities. So it's hard to get wealthy family to bring their children into the studio.
Meeting with Jennifer, the director, we compiled our campaign. So our main goal for VIP was to rebrand their image, to start fresh and boost their image basically. So by doing so, our opportunities that we pursued was the website redesign and social media redirection. So we'll talk about further into that later. So our key audience, we decided to target more towards kids, ages from 2 to 8, boys and girls, and their parents. So by doing so, we took the kids because we want them to start young and build into VIP. So most parents are busy, they have the busy lifestyles, they drop off their kids or daycare and whatnot. So this way if we build them in VIP, they have a great opportunity of being with the company longer rather than you're here one dance a week and so forth. And this is our first strategy. Our first strategy is to increase awareness through the website. So we rebranded their website. This is the new one. This is just a portion of it, their About Me and their schedule and whatnot. So we did research and made the website more appealing based on what we found, like having links directly to Facebook and like their social media, which is what our campaign is focused on. We made the links all on top, which is what our client asked for. We made it more appealing to parents, kids. We made the font more appealing. Prior, it was purple on purple, so you couldn't really read it. It was kind of illegible, kind of thrown on there, so we made it more appealing for everyone and easier for children and clients. And our second strategy was promotional efforts. Prior to us working with the client, she struggled with promoting her events early enough so people had time or knew about the events. So we helped her guiding the flyers, like Terry had mentioned. We made the flyers helping to promote earlier, so then we put it on our social media, so they had a time to like schedule registration and whatnot. And we used the tools. That was our main focus, was the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The sizing is based on her followers. So Facebook, she is bigger, so she has more. She has over 900 followers for that, almost 1,000, I think. Instagram's a little over 200, and Twitter's only 2 followers. So we are focusing on increasing that. And yeah, so we made sample postings, we pursued that.
Okay, so now to our actual campaign itself. We've talked about a lot about the website, a lot about rebranding it and everything. So what we did is we did a whole bunch of research trying to find out what people find appealing on a website and how we make everything better. So the first one was to keep the graphics simple. If you look at this, it's kind of all over the place and everywhere in your face, and it's kind of hard to navigate on. So what we did is we took it and we kind of just made it simple. We made it to appeal to their target audience of kids from 2 to 6 and their parents, whereas if this was a website, you wouldn't be as drawn to it as if it was more simple, more laid out, more generated towards your target audience. So we took it and we kind of, what we did to it is just made it very simple. It just says VIP Dance Studio across the top, as you guys can see. And just made it look very clean, made very clean cut. The second one was to provide contact info on every page. On the previous website, there was no contact info whatsoever. You couldn't get in contact with them at all. So what we did is on each and every page, we put in a simple fill out information, say your name, your phone number, email, and whatever you're trying to get in contact with them with, whether it be a party package or wanting to book a party or just get in contact with them in general. We put a link on every single page to make sure that they were able to get in contact with them as easy as possible, just because if you're a consumer and wanting to get in contact with them and you can't, you kind of don't have a draw to get to them. And the last one is use a simple background and textures. So like the one before that you guys saw was lights everywhere and all over the place. This, you can't see it because of the lights, but there's lines down the center of all of this. It just kind of looks more kid-friendly, which is kind of what we were going for, because you are trying to appeal to an audience of 2 to 6-year-olds. So that kind of made it a little different from what it was before, but I think it was a good different as we're trying to change the whole image of the company. And then the next is what we did was a flyer. I think you guys saw this before. But so we found 4 different research tactics and that are going to make a flyer look the most presentable. The third one was alignment. So we kind of put everything in a line, whereas this, like the picture is kind of tilted, and we just made it more appealing and more in line with each other so that it wasn't all over the place. And then the last was proximity. So you want to keep items that are relevant close to each other, whereas this kind of shows different text all over the place. It categorizes by group. So like this is ages 2, ages 4, ages 7. So it just kind of shows you what you're going to get in each package. That was our main focus for the flyers, and that was going to be put on the website as well to kind of promote this upcoming event to get more kids through the door and get them kind of signed up for the whole 11-week session. So our campaign outcomes. Our intended outcome was for the site to launch and to kind of measure how the whole success of it was going to happen and how many people came to the website and all of that. But unfortunately, that didn't happen due to some technical errors. We actually did put a little thing on the bottom of the website. You guys can see right here. It's a web stat. So what it does is it counts every single view that you have to your website. It doesn't count if you refresh the page. It doesn't count if you click to the next tab. It only counts one single person that comes on. And what this actually does, which is really cool, is it tells you where the people came from. So it tells you if they came from Facebook, if they came from Instagram, if they came from Twitter. It tells you when you click on the link, this is where they came from. We actually set this to have them emailed and update every 30 days to kind of see exactly where their traffic is coming from and how they can better promote themselves on these specific websites or social media tabs. So that was kind of our goal, is to kind of figure out where they're all coming from and how she should promote herself throughout each of the different social media outlets.
So VIP Dance Studio has a lot of potential for growth. Unfortunately, due to the time constraints, we were unable to get to everything we wanted to get to, but we made a list of some things we'd like for them to consider in the future. So the first thing would be hiring a specific person to manage all of the social media accounts, because ultimately those accounts are what represents the company's image, which is really important. We also want someone to operate the website and put up stuff that shows the different events that they're having or the new classes, which is ultimately promoting the image of the brand. So, and we also made a Wix account for Jennifer, and so we made a guide so that she can look at how to work the account, and so that in the future she can post things on her own. Also, she talked to us today, and she said that she hired a new person to do her social media, so she ended up taking one of our considerations after we gave her our book. Another thing we'd like her to consider is creating a timeline to organize all of her social media posts. So basically, it would be a month-by-month calendar that would say each day what she's going to post, where she's going to post it, and the significance of those posts, so that this way they can have something to judge their success on. The main reason we want her to do this is because because previously in the semester we made our Frozen flyer, as Katie mentioned, and by the time we were able to fully make the flyer, it was kind of too late for it to be effective, because by the time they were able to sign up their kids, the flyer was only going to be visible for a week. So we would like them to prepare better for future events. So if they're going to have something in the spring, start planning now and making the flyer now, and use their calendar to kind of promote their event over the couple months, so that they have a good judge as to what kind of success data they would get from it. Our third thing is to promote events through the event calendars that are through OC Weekly or through the OC Register. And we feel this would be really effective because it would bring in a lot more awareness, and more people would know about the company. And then our last thing, as Terry mentioned, it's hard to find the studio itself because of the location. And so we feel that if they created some effective signage to put on the actual street, then people would see it and they would know to come, and also customers wouldn't get lost coming to the studio. So those are kind of the main things that we wanted them to work on, that we feel like they would help expand their already successful platforms. So lastly, we wanted to conclude by thanking our client and for considering our group to help them with their campaign and further their success. We wish VIP the best of luck in their future endeavors, and we hope that they choose to work with us in the future.